You work for me.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
You little bitch. You work for me. So how many motherfucking Jews have to be killed before you stop? You're an idiot.
This is Dave Portnoy. You probably have heard about him before, but if you haven't, I can sum up his existence pretty quickly. He is the owner of Barstool Sports, a pathetic attempt of a media company cosplaying as authentic, real important news. But their main demographic is usually fraternities and middle-aged degenerate sports fans. He also reviews pizza and is generally a huge piece of shit. You see, Dave Portnoy doesn't steer away from controversy and typically gets himself and his company in quite a bit of trouble every few months. And while I would love to dive down the rabbit hole of all of their controversies, we can just dive in with the biggest controversy that Dave has gotten himself into in quite some time. It started a month ago. We're at a club where Dave Portnoy owns. There was a sign going around that said the Jews. Now, Dave caught onto this quick and would issue a strong response to the ones involved the next day.
My initial reaction was like, I'm gonna burn these people to the ground, their families, everything. Maybe that's not the best course of action. Maybe I can use this as a teaching moment. Let's try to turn a hideous incident into maybe a learning experience, as cliche and very unlike me. But I talked to both the culprits who I know are super involved in it, talked to the families. I'm sending these kids to Auschwitz.
Now, going to Auschwitz to re-educate yourself on the Holocaust.
We're going to send these kids to Auschwitz, and they're going to do a tour of the concentration camps in Germany.
Auschwitz is in Poland, not Germany, but it just shows how much you even know about it. Maybe you need to go yourself. Oh, I don't think I can say that if he's Jewish.
They have agreed. I'm going to pay for it. We're going to send them to Germany, to Auschwitz, and learn a little bit about history and hopefully, get educated and use this as a teaching moment, not just for them, but maybe for everybody. So that's where we're at.
This is just so stupid and shows the level of pettiness Dave will go just to make a point or to victimize himself in a sense. Now, who knows if these two men got sent to Auschwitz to concentrate and re-educate themselves? Regardless, this is Dave's Achilles heel. He's a huge hypocrite who is all for freedom of speech, comedy, and saying jokes because they're funny, and jokes should have no boundaries. To prove this point, in an interview in 2010, he was pressed about a joke he said.
You posted the following on your site. I never condone rape, but if you're a size 6 and you're wearing skinny jeans, you kind of deserve to be raped.
That's not even a joke. Where's the punchline? The satire? The anything? What? This is just something a deranged rapist would say. No? Yeah, females, if you're just wearing tight clothes and you're small and skinny on the street in public, then, well, you deserve to be because, well, you look so good and I want my hands all over you. What type of sick fuck says this? Well, this was his response.
Correct. I stand by that. I think it's a funny joke.
You think rape is funny?
No, I didn't say that. I think it's a funny joke.
Do you understand how offensive that is?
No, I obviously don't.
Clearly, he finds this extremely distasteful excuse of a joke, joking about rape, to be funny. And of course, why? Well, he doesn't give a shit because Dave claims to be uncancelable. Just a few days ago, Dave Portnoy was doing one of his iconic pizza reviews when this happened.
We got Frankie Lazzani's whole story, which almost seemed borderline not believable. See, there we go. There we go. What are you guys fucking laughing about?
Terrible. Exactly.
It's clear that Dave did not find this funny while the other frat college boys behind him were laughing. Guys, what's so funny? Stop saying shit. Stop laughing at me, huh? What are you laughing at, huh? It was really getting on Dave's nerves, and it was evident that something was happening and a meltdown was incoming. And it did. A glorious meltdown. Dave went on one of his numerous employees' podcasts to discuss if making jokes about Jewish people was okay. And the clip starts here.
I think right now you probably
nothing
don't do it.
Nothing. Silence everything.
What do you...
Every comedian, don't tell a joke about it. Because
Kirk,
somebody, like Dave,
Kirk,
that's how the world works. I agree with you.
Go back to your question. When does freedom of speech impinge
That was your
on freedom
question,
of
not
religion?
mine. That was your question. Not
Answer
mine.
it.
I don't have an answer.
Like how in America, American
what's your
citizens.
answer? What's your answer to that question?
Now.
Okay, we're there.
Now.
So now what? So now what do we do?
So maybe you stop with the fucking Jew jokes and act like it's not a big deal when someone does fuck the Jews in a bar.
He's trying to bring up the Holocaust and current Jewish deaths to prove a point that the speech is, what, hateful? But not even the Jews sign or the people saying that. What about just jokes about Jewish people in general? But Dave, I thought this.
I think it's a funny joke.
Or are jokes not funny when it's about you?
Dave, these guys that wrote the thing at the bar, fuck the Jews, right?
Yes.
You're gonna fucking fly them to Auschwitz. Some guy tweets at you something. You want to fucking? He's not. You
Kirk,
can't come out
it was
for
a bar
5
I
minutes?
owned. It was a bar
agree,
I
and they
owned.
should have been kicked out. So, but my thing
No,
is,
it's not just kick out, Kirk. Are you ignoring what's going on in the world?
No,
right
I'm
now?
not. What, Dave? What do you want to do with those guys?
Related?
What do
You
you
don't
want to
think
do?
it's
What do you
related?
want to do with those guys at the bar? Put them in jail for
Kirk,
50 years?
Kirk,
Fine. I don't
I
care.
didn't
They're
say that.
assholes.
You're quite literally changing everything you say, Kirk.
If you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid
Not at
is
all.
anti-Semitic,
Not at all.
shut
Not at all.
up. If you just want me to ignore
Don't
it,
tell me to shut up. Don't tell me.
shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you, you work for me.
Okay, go ahead,
You
continue.
little bitch. You work for
Continue.
me.
Sure, you bet. For now,
Oh, you
continue.
don't? For now, quit. I don't
Well,
care. I'll save 500 grand.
is this show or not a show? Like, is this a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
See, it doesn't even truly matter what they're talking about. It really doesn't. This entire conversation, this thing about Jewish people and the jokes and all the semantics that they're going to go into completely is null. Because Dave, you are a piece of shit talking to your employees like that. And it shows what he really thinks of people who work for them. His bitch. He even said it.
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
Yes,
what
I
you're
think people
saying.
should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many motherfucking
Jokes.
Jews
Yes,
have to be
jokes.
killed before you stop?
I think it's a funny joke.
That I don't think.
What else? Where else is that happening with the religion or people?
I don't think those psychopaths. I'm with you. They're scumbags. Are the worst people on the earth. Should that?
You don't think it's all related?
But Dave, you're telling a comedian not to make a joke?
I wonder if Dave would have said the same thing about Palestinians who are dying. Would a joke about them be funny? Yeah, I bet. Or literally any other race, ethnicity, origin, literally anything. Would Dave care in the slightest what hateful stereotypes he's projecting? No, we can make this argument with anything or anyone. Oh, well, you can't joke about this because that happened then, or this is happening now. Jokes can be jokes, but also be insensitive, hurtful, and stereotypical, like that's really bad, but you still joked about it and you found it funny.
Jew jokes of that nature
We'll ban
if you
Jew
can't-
jokes of that nature. We'll get the Constitution, we'll get Congress, and stop Jew jokes of that nature.
I'll go back to this.
Yeah.
When does freedom of speech impinge on freedom of religion?
But when Dave made stereotypical comments about Colin Kaepernick's appearance...
So I'm going to say something that's racist. But I don't think it's racist. I don't think if you think something and don't say or act upon it, you can be called a racist.
But you're saying it. But you're going to say it.
I'm going to say it. When I heard this story, I didn't read it. I didn't know why he was saying there. I was like, oh, he's an ISIS guy. Like, that was my original thought. Because he kind of looks like throw a head wrap on this guy and he's terror.
Wait, you thought he was not standing for the national anthem because he wanted to, like, kill all Americans?
No, I thought he maybe had some terrorist Arabic.
Oh
All right, listen. Maybe it was like on Palestine's side or something.
Well, well, of course he didn't see anything wrong with it. Was there even a single thought or a consideration how this may affect those being the butt of the joke if they're dying, have died in the past or anything? No. No, people, no.
When I think an Arab person is not standing for the national anthem, I go terrorist right away.
This blow-up went completely viral and not even purely based off of Dave's hypocrisy about his Jewish takes or whatever. Rather, the way he belittled and completely humiliated his employee. The following day, Dave made this response.
Everyone, oh, how could Dave ever talk to his employees like that? And fat boy Jason Whitlock, oh, he's evil. And Des Bryant, well, is he run like an offshore gambling company or something? He's like, don't ever, how can you talk to your employees like that? These guys just shut up and mind your business. Welcome to Barstool, all right? This is how we talk to each other back and forth, especially Kirk and I. So just shut up. Shut up. Those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Imagine being this hot-headed, coked-out, gambling, degenerate 40-year-old walking at midlife crisis where the older you get in age, the women who he dates gets younger, being your sad excuse of a boss. And this is how Barstool is. Yeah, man, that's just how the way we are. You just gotta deal with it. Even though, literally, from everyone's point of view, you're a piece of shit. That's just what we do around here, right?
If you're making a Jew joke currently, right now, like after a bunch of Jews get Molotov cocktails thrown at them in Colorado, or after 2 Jews are gunned down outside a Jewish museum, and your response is somehow it's like the Jews' fault or a veiled Jew joke, you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit.
I think it's a funny joke.
Essentially, Dave is saying that due to the heightened anti-Semitic attacks throughout the country and a sense of Jewish hatred, that directly correlates to the jokes and saying, quote, fuck the Jews as of recently. But Dave can't even keep his feelings straight. He says saying, quote, fuck the Jews is bad, but then he claims to not care about the jokes about Jewish stereotypes or in general, but then saying even making those jokes, you're anti-Semitic. So he says something, but then completely walks it back and truly revealing how he feels.
A troll basically was saying, like, I have no right to talk about that or be mad about that. It's just a joke. I make jokes when a joke's illegal. Well, that's an anti-Semitic piece of shit. I'm not saying he should be in jail. I'm just saying that dude is an anti-Semitic piece of shit. If you can't tell the difference between fuck the Jews, which was not a joke, that was Mo Khan's thing.
I think it's a funny joke.
Dave Portnoy having this reaction only reinforces the stereotypes and hostility he claims to be pushing back against and wanting to put a full end to. For 20 years, Dave built his brand on saying the unsayable, laughing off criticism, and claiming he was, quote, uncancelable, with his endless barrage of jokes targeting everyone except himself. But now, when the masses are now making jokes at him, he draws the line in the sand. Nope, no Jewish jokes on my watch. Why is it suddenly different? By reacting emotionally instead of consistently, Dave unintentionally legitimizes the selective outrage he used to mock.
I think it's a funny joke.